So after the presentation, which were showing a robust developing network, I will be presenting much more modest results because we are not developing in the number of model forests during this period. Opposite, we are slightly decreasing. But one could ask why Northern Europe and Russia are together. I think that there are two answers. One, that this is a very similar biogeographic zone. And second, that this northern taiga, it's very much dominated by industrial forest. And so the problems are quite similar. But with the rest, there are strong differences between Europe and Russia. So when I will be speaking, this is hard to make a kind of one platform, so there will be more general statements. So we have in 2008, it was 5 model forests in Russia. Now we have a certain depression, and one model forest has been closed down, and 2 of them are suspended due to lack of funding, or they continue but very low profile. Only 2 model forests in Russia, Pskov and Komi, they have enough of resources to develop, but this is linked to the capacity they have after so many years, so they are competitive on the market and they are recognized by wood industry as a partner. In Northern Europe, in Scandinavia and Poland, there are several initiatives that people are ready to start model forest. However, these initiatives are not changing into establishment of model forest. There are several problems. So at the moment, we have still the same number of model forests like in 2008. Now, what was the focal areas as a network? I think that the most important was contribution to development of base for Russian model forest network. Even if this is temporary shrinking, the perspectives are not so bad, and there are work to develop Russian model forest network, and I know that government is interested in this direction. The second common initiative, this was Baltic Landscape Project. I will speak about it in the end, because this is good to show on the map. And the third one was that we started a collaborative project within Circumboreal initiative, because there are several similarities in this among northern countries. So Scandinavia, Russia, and Canada naturally can cooperate, and they can produce value-added issue. So what was the key accomplishment? I think that this contribution to development concept for Russia, for Russian model forest network, was a good step, because this was on national policy level, and I think that this could help to shape future model forest network. And the second contribution, it was from Scandinavia. It was reindeer husbandry plans as input to national policy development. It is a sensitive point in Scandinavia, and it's very good that model forest could contribute so important issue. Now this top 3 success stories was difficult to select. It was many proposals. So we did it following way. The first was assistant to FSC certification. As you know, there's Russian model forests are very industrialized, and sometimes this development of industrial use has chaotic character. So the FSC certification is giving a lot of advantages, both for sustainable forestry and economic advantages for industry. And I have a feeling that without model forest in Pskov and in Komi, it would be hard for local companies to achieve FSC certification. So we were assisting, as we calculated, to 6.7 million hectares to be certified in Russia. This way, Russia is already on second place after Canada as certified forest. The second was achievement, we think, that was a biodiversity conservation system. We are working since many years on it, but during these last 3 years, we reached the level that this recommendation has been approved and implemented in practice, also into almost all certified companies. So this is also large impact. And then we have also from Scandinavia development of participatory GIS system, which provided education and involvement of Sami indigenous group. And I think this strengthening of indigenous rights is always not too much on this field. Partnership. The partnership is pretty good in Russia on regional and local level. There is not too much of national and international contact, but we would like to change it. In Sweden, there is a good partnership on local, regional, and international level. Sweden is much more active in international scale. And from international partnership, there are good contact with Mediterranean Model Forest Network. We expect good cooperation with Circumboreal Initiative, and also there are individual contacts of model forest with other countries. Now with resource mobilization, it is not strong point. We are trying to get to the EU funding for Baltic Landscape Project, but there is no results in first round. Now we are applying again. On the model forest level, there is clearly project-driven funding, both in Russia and in Sweden. There are pluses and minuses of it. Plus is that this is showing that people around model forests are competitive. But there are minuses that they are changing, and there is no stable platform for coordination. The second was a consultancy to wood industry by experience at model forests in Russia. We are in this group which are doing well because wood industry would like to have expertise of model forests, and they are ready to pay, and we could provide results within 2 years. But it is not the case with freshly established model forests, these young model forests. They cannot make something competitive for the industry in on short-term basis. And then also this local contribution is dominating. It's both in Scandinavia and in Russia. Now looking forward, we would like gradually build up regional network. We don't know yet how it will be looking, this network, but we would like to build up it. We see several advantages. We would like also to network for fundraising. We feel that this will be better than individuals fundraising. And also we would like very much to contribute to Russian model forest network development. Opportunities. I think that one opportunities is that there is several local initiatives, and there are good people around it. It's Belarus, in Finland, Poland, Russia, Sweden. So this is an opportunity. Another opportunity is political recognition. It wasn't like that in 2008. Now governments, they see model forest as a more serious initiative. And then there is also one opportunity that Federal State Forest Agency of Russia is planning to support development of model forest as innovation tool. And this is something interesting because this is a chance to link regional and national programs this way. What are key challenges? On the regional network, the question is that political recognition is not transferred into model forest funding. Everyone is supportive, everyone is saying, perfect, just move forward, but no one is ready to fund it. And this is the same in Europe, Northern Europe, and the same in Russia. Then second, that international funding has disappeared from Russia, and national funding not yet appeared. We are in this hole, in this gap. And then third challenge is that Russia and European Union, they have no formal cooperation agreement. There are fundings that could be used, but they are blocked by this lack of formal agreement. And then we have, on the model forest level, the biggest challenge is lack of core funding, both in Russia and in Sweden. We are all project, all consultation, but not this core funding is missing and limiting main function of the model forest. And also we think that challenge is networking in fundraising, how to cooperate to get better funding. And looking forward, this is, we have, regionally we would like to concentrate Baltic Landscape Project and Network, because this has pretty good chances for European funding. We would like to create certain regional network. We don't know yet what will be the name and what will be the size. Then we would like very much to get the funding adequate to model forest function. And then there are some 3 points which we agree within Baltic forests as something common for all places, both in Scandinavia, Poland, Belarus, and Russia. It was this missing integrated landscape planning. Many things, many problems are emerging out of it. Then there was balancing different interests in the landscape. And then also what happened, the foresters themselves, they decided that forest is not the most key issue right now, that the more important in the landscape is the question of the river catchment, how to manage it and how to integrate this effort. And then we have also federal and regional initiative in Russia to improve efficiency of forest sector. This is typical for Russia because forest sector is very efficient in Northern Europe, but in Russia this is one of the key issues. And then from Global Networking Initiative, this is Circumboreal Initiative and International Networking Committee we cooperate with. And now the last slide, I would like to show you this Baltic Landscape Project, how it is composed. These yellow dots, these are existing or initiative which are ready to be the model forest. So it's quite many of them. There are people, there is initiative, there is a program, and the program is already with a budget. But it's a question of how to find the funding. And then we have white dots. This is potentially members of this Baltic network. This is Russian model forest. But as long as there is no agreement between Russia and EU, this model forest cannot enter this network. And the green dots, they are countries which are too small, or they have no interest to establish model forests, but they would like to disseminate results of model forest. Thank you for your attention.